All right, so welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 3 big steps that you need to reach in order to start doing photography or filmmaking full-time. These steps aren't necessarily a hard template. A lot of people that do photography or filmmaking full-time reach different steps and kind of take their own path, but for me, these were 3 crucial steps that I took to start doing photography and filmmaking full-time. Just for a little bit of background, I did my freshman year at Temple University, and after that, I took 2 leaves of absence in a row. I was living at my parents' house, and I was working out of the lower level of my parents' split level house in a little closet, more or less, as an office. And I was doing that for an entire year before I was able to do this full time. So even if you follow these 3 steps to a T, it's not necessarily something that's guaranteed to happen. And maybe it'll take you less time than me. Maybe it would take you more time than me. But I was very fortunate in that I was able to do this full time for a year before I was able to take that real big step to dropping out. The first step that I took in order to start doing photography or filmmaking full time is to have clients that are recurring, clients that you can count on every single month or every single week to give you work and be able to put money in your bank account. This started off as a dental company that me and 2 other of my buddies were doing shoots for. One of us would come in every single week. We would create a 1-minute Instagram video for them. And this continued for a couple months and is probably going to continue into the future, especially when you're starting out. Being able to have a client that you know is going to come back to you for work every single time is really huge. So the second thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the first point, is to have clients that might be pretty far out on the calendar. So this can go hand in hand with the first point if you're doing something like wedding videography. Of course, ideally, you're always going to be booking weddings. And for me, I have weddings all the way out until November 2020. But being able to see, again, that money on the calendar all the way that far out is going to be huge in order for you to start taking that leap to go full time. So oftentimes, at least for me, I have clients that I like to be coming back to me for recurring work, and these might be smaller clients that I'm doing a lot of very frequent work for. So these would be clients that are paying you a small amount of money, but you're doing it every single time, and you know that you're going to be doing this on a consistent basis, either weekly, monthly, maybe even daily, if that's something that you have a client that wants you to do. And then you'll have those big ticket clients where they're going to be paying you a good amount of money, and you're going to have those on the calendar, you're going to have their retainers, and you know you're going to be getting those final payments quite a few months out, or maybe quite a few weeks out, or even a year or 2 out. And those can be clients that are going to be very crucial for you when you're trying to pay rent, pay your bills, and things like that. The last step that you need to really hit if you want to start doing this full time is just to have a lot of patience. Like I said at the beginning, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You can't expect yourself to start going full time just as soon as you pick up your camera. So I picked up a camera about 4.5 years ago, and I picked up a camera for video about 2.5 years ago. And so I didn't have any ambitions about doing this full time at that point in time, but it took me quite a few years until I realized that I might actually be able to start doing this full time. And you really just need to have the patience in order to develop the business knowledge necessary in order to do this full time. And I mean, if you ask any creative, they'll be able to tell you, especially myself, that I made a lot of mistakes on the business side, and especially when it comes to taxes. Your first tax year when you're doing freelance is going to be a pain in the... But it's a crucial thing to have happen because you got to be able to learn from it, and you got to be able to know what to expect going forward. So just rambling a little bit, taxes are also a huge one that you need to be able to have a good knowledge of, and you need to be able to hit that stepping stone of understanding how to do your taxes, or knowing a good accountant to be able to do your taxes, and also understanding how to save properly for taxes, because if you're not saving properly, those self-employment taxes are really going to kick you in the rear end once April comes. I am trying to do a little 30-day challenge to make a piece of content every single day for 30 days. I want to try to do this to get my creative juices flowing a little bit more, as well as improve my ability to talk on camera. So that way, when it comes time to coach clients on camera, I'll be able to have better ideas of how to coach them, how to really talk in front of the camera, and how to be comfortable in front of the camera. Because frankly, if I don't feel comfortable in the front of the camera, I feel like I'll have a harder time getting clients to feel comfortable in front of the camera.